Hey, my name is Russel Brunson. I want to welcome you to episode number 3 of Funnel Hacker TV. Now, during this episode, I'm going to share with you guys what I consider the ultimate supplement funnel from the guy who I actually funnel hacked when we launched Entrepreneurial, which was my first supplement. And you're going to see how we went from making almost $0 a month to making almost $20,000 a day by funnel hacking this funnel. You have a chance to see behind the scenes what it does, how it works, and it's going to be amazing. So stay tuned right now for episode number 3. Hey everyone, if you were here watching Funnel Hacker TV, my guess is that you've probably seen my presentation called Funnel Hacks. You've seen a little bit behind the scenes of how I built out my supplement funnel. Recently, we actually sold that company so we could focus more on ClickFunnels and everything that we're doing here. But I had so much fun with that company, learned so many cool things. And one of the interesting things when I first had the idea, like I want to launch a supplement company, I went out there and I started figuring out how do I sell this, and I put up sales pages and I looked at other people's and I tried to model it, and we never made a lot of money until one day one of my friends, and I'd known him from a long time ago, back when he was a dental guru and he was doing dental conferences and stuff. I kind of knew him back then, and then he kind of went quiet. He disappeared for a little bit, and then I found out later he had this supplement called Marine D3, and he was making insane amounts of money. Now, I don't know the exact numbers. He shares them during the interview. You'll see that it's tens of millions of dollars a year with it. But I saw this funnel, I was like, wow, this is really, really cool. And I went through and I bought it because I wanted to see, like, what is he doing to make so much money? And I bought it. And I remember when I bought it, seeing some things that were so strange to me, where I was just like, what in the world? Like, why would he do that? It makes no logical sense to me. And luckily for me, I kind of put my skepticism aside and said, look, Ed's the man. He knows what he's doing. I'm going to funnel hack him. And when we launch our supplement, I'm going to model what he's doing. And so we did. And we went from making very little money with the supplement to almost overnight making between $18,000 and $20,000 a day. And so it was really, really cool and exciting for me and for obviously everyone. And so luckily for me, Ed doesn't share a lot of this stuff typically. Recently he did a supplement mastermind group and showed a bunch of people what he was doing. And I said, would you mind coming on the show and just kind of showing behind the scenes of your supplement offer? And luckily for me and for you and for all of us, he said yes. And so you're gonna love this interview. He's gonna kind of walk you guys through the process. But first I want to sketch it out so you can see from a high level kind of what he did and I think why he did it. So this is how his offer works, if you haven't seen it yet. And by the way, the product's actually really good. I take it and I like it, and so it's worth funnel hacking just to get the product as well, just saying. All right, so if you go to his page, this is what it kind of starts out with. It's a very unassuming page. No offense to Ed, it looked like it was made in like 1980s, but it converts and it works, so I'm not going to tease him too much. So here he's got a VSL, and at the bottom of it pops up an add to cart button. And actually in the interview he talks about some of the changes they made to the buttons, and one of them was like mind-blowing for me. You'll see as the interview happens how I'm like, whoa, I didn't even think about that. So he has that right there. Then from there it goes to an order form. On his order form he has multiple different options, as you'll see. I believe his most recent version, you can buy 1 bottle, 3, and 4. I think that's how he has it. You'll see in the interview, but 1, 3, or 4 bottles. And then after you buy that, and from here it takes you to an upsell. Now back when I funnel hacked him, he went from the initial page to where he upsold 6 more bottles of the exact same thing. As he showed us during the interview, right now they actually go from, they take the 4 bottle right here, and they double that across the board. And so what happens is that on this page, they upsell you. So there's your upsell 8 more bottles. And I remember when I first saw that, that was my big thing where I was just like, why in the world, like when I bought 4 bottles. I'm like, well, I bought 4 bottles. Why in the world would he sell me at the time 6 bottles? And even now 8 more bottles of the exact same thing I just purchased. It made no sense to me whatsoever. I remember thinking like, I'm smarter than Ed, I'm not gonna do this, he's crazy. And luckily for me, I stepped back and said, you know what, maybe, just maybe, Ed knows what he's talking about. Maybe he is making tens of millions of dollars a year. Maybe I should focus on what he's already tested and proven. So when we made our version of Ursa, we modeled this identical to what it was at the time, which again, back then it was 6 bottles. And so that was kind of what it was here. And then as you'll see, after the 8 bottles, then he shifts to some other supplements, and he's got, and he'll walk you through the whole thing, but he's got supplement B right here. And if they say no, then he downsells a smaller version. There's this supplement here. If they say no, it downsells another version. And he's got a couple other offers that kind of go here in the funnel. So this is overall kind of the supplement funnel. And what we found is that basically with me and a lot of our students and a lot of other funnel hackers out there who have launched supplements, they've kind of just taken this cookie cutter model now and plugged in their product line, right? They figure out the first thing, they make a really good sales video to sell it. They then offer 1, 3, or 4 bottles. From there, they upsell 8 more. And then from there, they take the next product in their product line, they introduce it right here, then their next product, and you keep introducing each other product in your product line. Now, what's funny, when we first launched Neurocell, I didn't have any other products in my product line. All we had Neurocell, that was it. And so it was kind of funny, like we were trying to figure out like what could we sell as an upsell? Like we need some other things in here, but I didn't want to go spend 5 or 10 grand developing a product and having inventory and all these things until I knew that people were actually going to buy it. And so one of the things that we did, and I think I might have shared this on the episode with Trey, because he did the same thing. He went to Walmart. This is again episode number 2 of Funnel Hacker TV. He went to Walmart and just bought stuff off the shelf and was selling it just to see if people were actually going to buy it before he went and tried to get price discounts. We did kind of the exact same thing. I needed a second offer here and we didn't have one. And so I went out and we started searching for something that we could sell, and eventually found a nerve cream. Like, oh cool, we can sell this nerve cream. And so we put that in the spot, but we didn't have our own nerve cream yet. So I did is I went to this company that was selling nerve cream and we ordered 100 bottles of it. We had it shipped to us and we started selling their product and started drop shipping it. And after we found out that it did work and we did start selling some, then we went and formulated our own product and made that product number 2 in the sequence. And same thing for number 3, we ended up selling fish oil, but we didn't have something in there at the first. And so we found another one, we started private labeling it, selling it, and then we found out that it was a good seller, and then we went back and created our own. And so that's kind of how we created our funnel. Similar to what Ed did. So for you guys, like I said, Ed's going to walk you through this whole path and this whole process of what his ultimate supplement funnel looks like, and what I believe is the best way that everyone should start when you're building any kind of supplement funnel. He'll walk you through what he did, why he did it. He's going to talk about some of the order buttons, what they changed, the pricing options. In fact, there was one point he was telling me that they were doing tests where they took this funnel and made it crazy complicated. So they had it where, like, let's say if you bought 1 bottle, then instead of showing you 8 here, then it would take you to a different upsell page where they would sell you 2 as the upsell. If you bought 3, it would take you to another page that would then sell you 6. And if you bought 4, they would take you to the 8. And they did all sorts of crazy things like that. And then they also, from here, he branched off where if they bought 6 here, then the next upsell here, they would offer you, 6 more bottles because they knew that you were someone who would buy 6 bottles. And then all these like really crazy complicated things that they had gone to. And eventually they came back to kind of this core structure where the upsell from 1, 3, or 4 all went to the 8 bottles, and then kind of through the rest of the product line like that. So it's interesting, and it was a really fun interview, and I hope you guys get a ton of value at it. Also, stay tuned for after the interview, because I'm going to show you how to get this funnel, the ultimate supplement funnel, the funnel that Ed uses, that I use to launch our supplements, and I'm going to show you guys how you guys can actually get it for free. So stay tuned for after the interview. Hey everyone, so I'm excited now to introduce you guys to the one and only Ed O'Keefe. Ed, how are you doing today?
Hey Russell, hi everyone. I'm awesome.
Very
Cool. I got the workout in. Now it's time to work for a little bit, and then it's time to do whatever else we do.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm excited to have you here for a lot of reasons, and one of them, as you may or may not know, I'm sure you actually know, is when we were putting together our supplement, we had modeled someone else's funnel, and it was doing all right for a while. And then I saw yours, and I bought yours probably 15 different times. So I'm probably one of your biggest customers. I probably screwed up your whole lifetime value charts because I kept buying your thing. I'm like, man, everything he's doing is so cool. And so we modeled a lot of what we did with Neurocell after kind of your flow and what you were doing, and just was really inspiring to me. And so that's why I'm so grateful you're going to come here and show behind the scenes of your supplement funnel. So if you want to spend a minute, like, talk about when and why and how you kind of started this whole company first, and then we'll dive into the actual pages in the funnel.
Yeah, so my first experience going into this, I had been in the dental marketing business for about 9 years. And I think one of the questions you ask as a marketer, especially a marketing consultant, is could I go out and actually build a business around a product that wasn't based around myself, right? Can I apply those skill sets? And so that was one of the things I wanted to do. The second thing is I wanted to scale a company. And for me, when I looked around, I thought the health supplement business is, or was, and I believe it is, still one of the best businesses for longevity if you figure out what to do and how to do it. Because if you have great products, people buy. So my first episode with it, though, was not good. It wasn't a good experience at all. I completely got just railroaded with affiliates and fraud and stuff like that. But I rebounded it, and I decided to actually go the direct mail route. And the cool thing about direct mail was you can't go into direct mail with a crappy product because you're selling to stage 2, stage 3 awareness buyers. So I went out and hired a professional copywriter. I went out and got a medical doctor. I went out and we worked with Macromark. I had a consultant helping me. We had a researcher. Like I had a whole team that was really going out looking for really unique ingredients that were awesome, and you had a great story behind it. And so that's where Marine D3 came in. Now, when we were in direct mail, our big pitch was kind of age reversal or age anti-aging kind of angle. When I brought that online, what was good and bad, here was what was good. What was good was the cash, the sale to cash in my bank account ratio, like from the point I parted with money and had it back in my account, was faster than direct mail. Where direct mail, you might go 6-8 weeks, and the guys who scale really big in direct mail eventually are okay with losing money for 90 days or 6 months even at acquisition. So that's what I was so stoked about going back online, because you could do solo ads, you could do just a lot of things to get traffic quickly. The problem with it was I was breaking even, maybe a little better, and I didn't have a ton of back-end products, so I had to figure out this front end. And going from this is kind of a really big key that I'll share with everybody. The big breakthrough with this thing that allowed us to sell, tens and tens of millions of dollars over the next, couple of years was when I switched it from age reversal, or that's just the angle, to targeting condition specific. So meaning blood pressure, joint relief, and there was a couple other conditions. That's when the conversion rates jumped and the average transaction jumped. And all of a sudden, I went from doing a couple $100,000 a month to doing a few million a month in a matter of 6 to 8 months. It was a rocket ship. And so managing all that was a new experience for me as well. So yeah, and we found, I don't know, I'll just talk about conversion rates and this, and helping people with that. When I was in dentistry, when the one thing I figured out early on was that when we were trying to sell cosmetic dentistry, selling people like white teeth or cosmetics did not work. And when I wrote an ad that spoke to the pains of having, like, how are you frustrated with your ill-fitting dentures, the response rate skyrocketed. So one of the key things that stuck with me that I carried over into the health business was pain sells, and somebody who's in urgent pain now is way easier to help make a buying decision than somebody you're trying to sell a shiny, maybe like just something that might be a little bit better than them.
That's awesome. Now, when you were doing that with this one, were you changing the landing page to hit each symptom? So there's the high blood pressure one and things like that, or was it just the ad was different on each one?
Yeah, no. What I did is I created 8 different entry points. So I went after your energy, joint pain, cholesterol, antioxidants. I created funnels for all those. Because I figured that if we were doing solo ad drops, if I started testing different creatives, I could find out very, very quickly which one had a better pulse. And I'll tell you something funny, man. The high blood pressure one jumped so quickly that there's still things in the can that I've never even tested.
I know how those things are. Like, it starts working, you're like, wow, well, let's just run with it.
Yeah, it became like a snowball, and it just got really, next thing you know, I have stuff on my whiteboard over there that, those are all $1 million ideas, but we still never got, and I guarantee I'll never get to some of those, so it's
That's cool.
So
Well, cool. Let's walk through. So this is the main landing page that you send majority of your traffic to, or a version that's similar to this with different symptoms, right? Don't walk me through what you did and
yeah,
why.
this is a good version of it, and this kind of lander, I don't know if that's mine, man. I'm sorry, we're not on scope. Someone's beeping. Um, this kind of format was really good because when we've added this improved conversion rates, and this has been ripped off dozens of times, probably hundreds of times, and the view packages button actually improved click-through rates, then add to cart. And if you think about that, just psychologically, why would I add something to cart if I'm still deciding to buy? So that might turn people off in and of itself, right? So the view packages, then if they click through there, I'm trying to think of what we did here that I think when people try and model us that they struggle with, and I guess another time or whatever, it's probably too much to share, but it's I could have just pulled up my PowerPoints. What we did there's truth and there's also the story, right? So with Marine D3 specifically, the CNLP, the actual ingredient in the product, is so high quality, and it really is hard to get, and it's expensive. So there's like a real sense of urgency and scarcity that is real, and it's true that we are the only ones on the planet who have this formulation. So when new guys are going into the supplement space, the question always is like, do I formulate or do I just create a private label? And we were it's an arguable thing, so I'm not going to give you anything, but I will tell you the one thing that's allowed us to have longevity with this product is it actually works, and it's unique, so we're not getting ripped off left and right. People rip off the creatives and stuff like that, and that's part of being online, I guess. So what just popped up here is a frequently asked questions thing that comes up.
Does that show up if someone's on the video too long, or how?
Yeah, I think this shows up at about 17 or 18 minutes into it, and again, the one thing I just want everyone to know, you have to test the difference on how this type of thing would convert from an ad versus a email drop versus a text link ad. Okay, just so everyone knows, they will respond differently. Okay, so this is good. This is all really great stuff. The key thinking behind this is, can we answer all their questions here so that once they click to claim their spot, and then we have all the research right there. Once they come over here, they've already decided to buy. Okay.
That's cool.
So Russell, can I talk about pricing a little bit?
Yeah, I would love to. In fact, real quick, the view packages thing is funny. We're sitting there looking at the screen for like 5 minutes, and I didn't even notice that. I completely missed that piece of it. I thought it was kind of cool. So
yeah, test it out. I would say
Smart,
test it
man.
out. You're probably gonna have a higher click-through rate.
Cool. Yeah, that's definitely the pricing strategy, because I think that's awesome.
Okay. Yeah. So if you think about it, what's your goal when you're online? You have to have a higher EPC than your earnings per click than you're paying on your cost per click, right? And you could back that out to impressions or whatever. But let's just keep it simple. So in direct mail, we were selling the product for like one bottle for like, I think $39.95 or $49.95. So to come online, and I was researching other products, and there were some guys in the golf space that were selling their product for like $69 or something like that. And so I kind of thought that was absurd. I really did. I was like, wow, these guys are getting. But we don't know anything, right? So we just tested it, and it instantly jumped my average ticket up from, I think we were like $119 to like $180, and So the key thing is, guys, is I mean, you don't know, and I, I'm hesitating because I want to give the proper advice. I don't want people to be like, well, I'm going to go raise my prices and go crazy. The thing that you have to remember is that if you're controlling the traffic, say like on Facebook or Pinterest or Instagram, and you're building a funnel that has a ton of back-end potentiality, right, with your customers, and you can break even at, if you're charging 39 bucks and you're or even 5 bucks or 7 bucks or 10 bucks, and those customers are worth 2 to 3 times more than you. This funnel was designed to go out and compete in the CPA world, the third, what's a good phrase there, like in the open broad market. So we had to charge this much, and we had to make it work at this price point to be able to afford to be out and scale it out there. So I'm not here to tell you what's right, wrong, or better, but just keep that stuff in mind. And you may want to have, we have mutual friends, Russell and I do, who are, you know, selling stuff at 7 bucks, 9 bucks, 2 bucks, and they've built a media company and hundreds of thousands of buyers that are just buying their stuff every single week. So I just want to share that. Russell, I don't know if you have any opinions on that or.
Oh yeah, it's definitely, there's different models. You know, like this, what you built here is definitely built for like mass market, you know, high volume type things where you're paying either high ad costs or high affiliates and stuff like that, which is why it's interesting to me. You know, like I told you before, like when we kind of funnel hacked your funnel and looked at what you were doing, it was way different than what we were doing before. Before we were pricing was way different, and I think one of the big takeaways I got from you was just understanding that like the goal here through this entire cart, like from this page, upsells, downsells, is I think it was cart values. What the first time I heard it was either from you or from someone around you, but like the average cart value. So when someone buys, like how much they spend on average during that cart session from the upsells, like the point of sale. You know, the equivalent if you go to the grocery store, like what's the average person going through the checkout stand, like what are they spending? And if you can make it where you're at break even or profitable there, then all the other supplements you sell, then it's just all pure profit because you don't have to rebuy that customer ever again. And so it's, yeah, yours definitely, it's crafted and created in a way to get there, to get to break even.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, exactly. So then just, I think the one reason why, I'm trying to think why we have email as first field, and that was to capture the abandoned carts before they went through. You got to test it, okay? But that's definitely something worth testing. And then we have a buyer's club. So, well, what I did here was like a membership is if they unchecked to opt out. So you can opt in and it changes the price and it puts them in the membership.
Oh, continuity.
Yeah, this will decrease your conversion rate possibly, but we allow them to do that. But I will tell you right now, I have a lot of friends in the supplement space that did not do any continuity. And I will tell you, we do thousands of dollars every day based on orders that came in from customers who love our product 3, 6, 9, 10, 12 months ago. So I think you're leaving money on the table if you don't test offering continuity. You know, you just don't do it. So any questions on this page, Russell?
I think it's pretty cool. I like all the, I mean, there's so many, I can't tell you how many hours I spent just studying your page. There's so many like cool little nuances of how you do the shipping selection, like the phone numbers at the top, like the continuity, like all those things are really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, one quick, small thing is the bottles change and the pricing structure changes when they leave.
What, you know what, like on
40%.
average, which
Yeah.
like
Yep.
percentage wise, who takes what options?
Yeah, so this is designed, if you actually look at it, this is pre-checked for bottles, and it's designed, look at the savings. I mean, 20 bucks per bottle by the time they get here. It's designed to get them to take the 4-bottle option, right? So I was always able to know that we had a bug in our system when I saw a bunch of orders coming in around 199, or they'd come in at like 169 and 179, and I'd say, well, our one-click upsell has an issue or something before any of our alerts caught it. That's how I used to figure things out. Yeah, how about it, right, man? You don't have to do that with ClickFunnels though, because it'll let you know. But
It's perfect.
yeah, um,
That's cool.
yeah. So this is all good. A large portion of our orders come in over the phone. So if you don't have a phone option, man, you're losing money.
That's what we found with ours. It was like 20 something percent of our sales came from either the phone number there or like an exit pop where we're like, wait, you scared to order online? Like, give us a call here. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you guys actually, did you guys add going to Amazon as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, Vinny Fisher, who's someone you should consider interviewing.
Oh, he'd be cool.
I do not have it up. He gave us a when there's a decline. I do not have it up for this interview. I apologize, but when there's a decline, it says, would you like to finish your checkout on Amazon?
Oh, that's cool.
And most people could just log in. I mean, my stuff declines because whatever. Not because I have money issues, because I probably screwed up everything, right? And who knows why I screwed things up.
That's awesome.
I'll share a ninja strategy on this for those Amazon people or like those people who aren't on Amazon who are driving traffic. We do a lot of revenue on Amazon every day. Why? Because when you buy a lot of paid traffic outside of your core funnel, what people tend to do is they'll search it on Google and they'll go on Amazon and buy your product there because they could just get it in. And what we do is, whenever you do that, you could retarget and you use a super URL that has the keyword you want to rank on. And so it's going to be a high conversion rate. These people go to Amazon. You're going to rank for that keyword over time. So
that's awesome.
Another way of leveraging that out. Can I show the upsell real quick?
Yeah, please do.
So this was let's see here, where are we at? I think this is it. No, it's coming in a second. Sorry, guys, I might have to take it. Yeah, this is what blew me away, okay? This totally blew me away. So we started offering 6 bottles, and then we offered 8 bottles after they bought 4 bottles, and the percentage of people that took it was like 20-something%. So now our average ticket went from $150 or $180 to $250, $269. Let me see. I don't know. Here, let me see. I'm gonna pull this over real quick. I'm gonna pull this off screen real quick. So I have something I want to. It's not gonna work. But like my recent stats right here. Let me just show this real quick. You like this? So this was just one affiliate that just a few months ago when we switched our new funnel up, we were getting, I think one affiliate came in and got, 2,000 clicks. We had 59 sales. It says 59 upsells converts. That's wrong, but this is our dashboard. Average sale, I think, comes out to be, I thought I had this up. It's like $269. So I'll take that all day long in a business like this. And and so where we move this over to all of our businesses now is like in the make money business or guru business, we do speed and automation. Here's how to get this done faster. Here's how to have it done more easily for you, right? Like ClickFunnels makes everybody's life easier. So that's an easy upsell. But in the product business, what I didn't realize is that you can actually say, like, instead of cross-selling them right away, just offer them more of the same at a discount. And if you do a good job about creating scarcity in your initial pitch, you're going to get a super high take rate.
I remember when I first saw this, and I feel bad, but I was like, I bought your thing the first time. I was like, what is he thinking? Like, I just bought 4 bottles. Why is he offering me 8 more? I'm like, that's the craziest thing in the world. And I was like, kind of like almost joking with my staff. I'm like, I don't know what he's even thinking. And then, so when we did ours, I was like, you know what? Maybe Ed's tested this. Maybe he knows what he's talking about. Let's just try it. So we did that. We had, we went from 1, 3, and 4 bottle, and then directly we had 6 bottles afterwards. And it was just like you said, like 28% or whatever it was that took that upsell for 6 more bottles. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, it made no logical sense to me, but just consistently, because you're right, like info products, like selling, like if I sell like a traffic product, upselling a traffic product, it doesn't convert. It doesn't make sense. Like selling that and then switching to like faster, easier, something that makes it better works. And supplements just more of the same thing for whatever reason. And I think you're right. A big key of it is having the scarcity. But talk about the fact that like this page, there's only like a paragraph of copy. It's not even like it's not a hard pitch, right? It's just kind of like, oh, do you want more for a little bit cheaper? And that's about it, right?
Yeah, and it was designed on purpose because I just felt if we pitch these guys too hard, we're going to get the ad reaction, like the opposite. And I just wanted to be like, wait, hey, like we said, now we just want to make sure you get this, so we'll give you more. Now, what's the downside of this, right? The downside of this is that the 27% of your hyper responsives who buy this are not going to be on continuity necessarily. So you need to then create and segment out a game plan on how you treat your 4-bottle and 8-bottle people. I'll tell you a test that didn't work, and I think it will work for some businesses, but it didn't for us, is we started doing like, hey, once you buy 1 bottle, we would drive those 1-bottlers to like a softer offer, like another 1 bottle or buy 1, get 1 free. Mm-hmm. And then the 2-bottlers, we'd be like, oh, let's test driving them the buy 2, get 2 free. The amount of upsell take rates went up, but the average ticket overall went down.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't think that's a bad thing if you have a cost per sale that can, again, like if you're controlling your own traffic and you have your conversion rate at a certain point, or that those like if you get your 2-bottlers to buy more, you get more people to move along the funnel, that's positive. But what happened with us is that when you're in the CPA game, say you're paying $120 or $130 cost per sale, you live and die by your average ticket and your conversion rate. So that dropped our average ticket, so we had to revert back to sending everybody to the, hey, you just bought 1, buy 8 more. So it's very low take rate.
You go from 1, 3, or 4 bottles. Anything you do, go straight to 8 afterwards now.
Yeah, now we went back to that. Yeah.
Because when I first bought it the first time, I think you guys had 6 bottles, but now you just bulk that up even more. It's interesting. Huh. Cool.
And then we just do a couple crossovers. So what happens, at least in my experience here, is these drop. So like you end up going like these will get anywhere between 8 and 10% take rate. I have never really jumped it much higher, but like this one speaks to more blood pressure, which is if you're a blood pressure issue. This one gets
number 2, right?
Yeah, this will be upsell. Nattokinase is number 2, and that one sells better than say our omega-3 and then our joint relief product. Mm-hmm. And so, so where the big difference is, if I was going to summarize anything, is the pricing structure, the sub-niching into a condition, so like going after a target market and speaking to them. And then number 3 is offering them more of that same product. And if you look at our buddies like Perry and Ryan, when they do the credit card knives thing, hey, get a free credit card knife, their first offer is, hey, you need to get some for some friends, while you're here. Yeah. So they're not selling the guy a gun yet. They're gonna wait till like tomorrow, I guess. But it's just more of the same.
That's cool. Now, if someone says no to this offer, do you downsell a smaller version of this, or do you move to the next thing?
Yeah, we do downsells on all the other backends, and I do not have those up, but they are all for, and weight loss does well almost on any supplement backend, by the way.
Everyone likes weight loss.
everyone likes weight loss. And the one thing we did smart here is we had high blood and weight loss. We combined it because there is research on green tea that helps with supports healthy. So the key language is supports healthy blood pressure. So
now, from a compliance standpoint, this instead of saying cures.
Yeah, you can't say cure, you can't say reverse. If you're going to make a claim, the ingredients, I'm not an attorney, blah, 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 but the ingredients that are used in the product have to be the same dosage and quality as they use in the study. Okay. That's how they would match that up. And there's still wiggle room. for the FTC to like make up whatever they want, I think. So
They want you, they're getting you.
yeah, so we run a really clean, uh, a very compliant ship, so to speak, because it's just not worth it.
Yeah. Cool. And then so this is that second upsell, and then if the no thanks drops down to half that, right? 2 bottles.
Yep. So all the exit pops will drop to half of that. And I think I have 4 upsells. So yeah, so we went to joint pain, weight loss, more heart, which we went cholesterol. This doesn't kill it. I would probably just sell on why this is a better omega-3, to be honest with you. So we could do a better. Yeah, because I mean, it's there's so much research out there now that cholesterol is really not the issue. It's inflammation. So, but anyhow, so that's that, man. And then the only other thing that we did that I thought was pretty well is we gave $30 credit to them right away to get them back shopping. So after the average ticket was $250 per sale, we got a certain percentage back in. And I don't know what that was off the top of my head, but the goal was to get them in very, very quickly. And I would suggest everybody should be thinking of more of it as a habit pattern of getting them engaged, getting them to buy the next thing so that they are used to coming to you,
Yeah. That's cool. And then a couple other things I just want to mention that I externally saw that I thought was cool. Like when I bought the product first time, it came in a big old box and it had like instructions inside.
Yeah.
Like that's different than I've seen anyone else do. Like no one else really does that to that level. Like what was your reasoning to make it that awesome? Like the experience was
So we went to, I looked at Proactive, and since they've been in the business and they sell billions a year, I figured they knew how to, what we really wanted to do was do a great job with people that want to stay on continuity, that they had a good experience with us when they opened it up, and just was another differentiator. That was my thought process around it, and we spent a lot of time on it. We want to get people using the product. That's what was the main thing,
Yeah, that was cool. I remember getting it. I was like, oh, now I like had instructions on the flap of the box, like how to use it, and they're talking about like reorders and things like that. And so we never went to that extent. We tried to model it a little bit, but like putting things in the packaging to get people to come back and reorder and to get on continuity and all those kind of things. It was really cool to see just kind of how you guys had structured that. I remember getting like coupon stuff in the mail, trying to get me to come back. So it was just the whole process from the online stuff you guys did, and then also the offline stuff was really fascinating.
Yeah, we do one thing really well. Like we still do it. It works like gangbusters. I mean, if you take your customers like that have bought 4, 6, 12 months ago, we just mail like a 2-pager like, hey, we're doing a buy 4 get 4 free sale. And it always kills it. Return on investment. It always kills it. I mean, it's funny when I'm sure you experience this when you get on these calls with talking to another high-level guy. It's almost I'm walking away slightly embarrassed about the stuff that all work that we need to be doing more of. I'm like, damn, we should be doing that. And,
I know there's so much stuff that we know we need to do. We had like some guy that's a consultant trying to pitch us on something. He's like, telling us the stuff that he wants to tell us how to do. I'm like, we already know what we need to do. That's not the issue. It's just getting it done. Like, if you can come in and just do it, that's what we want. So
that's exactly. That's a big message. I'm gonna write a blog post on that soon about to all newbies that they need to help higher level guys execute, and they would get a faster name in the game, so much faster.
Yeah.
So much faster. But anyhow, I could digress on that.
Cool, man. Well, I appreciate you showing this. Can you give for everyone who's kind of watching it just some, this funnel's been running for a long time, like an overall, just so like, and I don't want to share exact numbers or anything, but I love to have a vision of like what a company like this, like how much, like what's possible if someone's to build out a funnel like this in a company kind of around this kind of a concept.
Yeah, so like in 1 year we did 28 million, followed up by another 8 multi-figure year. I mean, this funnel has helped grow a company from 0 to, we've done I think over 50 million in the last 3.5, 4 years, and more than that I think. And the timeline, I don't smoke weed, but if I could chalk it up to that, but I'm being a little vague on purpose, but what the key point I would share is one killer system or funnel. What I didn't realize was um, how vast of how much traffic is really out there, and how a good funnel with a great product can take you from 0 to 8 figures way faster than any other time in our history. So like, I'll give you an example. Like, I know I talked to you a little bit about my new clothing line I'm coming out with. I spent like 6 hours yesterday just walking through the sales processes and the back end emails and the ads of competitors, quote unquote competitors. And I'll do that again today and tomorrow. And that, the reason is because I think the pros in our business understand the value of just kind of aligning those pieces up early, because and then getting the back end, it could just take off. So yeah.
That's what we call here funnel hacking. I'm the same way, man. I'll spend a week funnel hacking every competitor, everything to figure out all the stuff that they've learned, all the little nuances, all the little tricks and tips, and like then that way when we start building ours, like we're starting at where they're leaving off instead of like starting way back here and trying to catch up to them, which is
zero question. Zero question.
And one other question I got for you. So I know that just put some perspective for you. So this is like your front end funnel in this company, right? And this is where most of the paid media is coming from, right? But then you generate a customer, and now that customer is yours. And then from there, where just walk me through really quickly, like, what are you doing? Because I know there's a whole bunch of other products and services and things you sell that now is complete profit.
Yeah, so we have a daily newsletter that goes out. And then I have a lot of back-end products, which I always feel like we can do a better job of it. But I will share with people that if you're on Amazon and you want to rank on Amazon, a great hack is to give people, when you email them, every once in a while, a sale on Amazon to jump your rankings on Amazon. That's one big hack. You know, there's two options. You either send them to other funnels like this, or you send them into your shopping cart where you also give them coupons and sales and whatever. And so we do some JVs. I'll tell you one thing I did for a couple years. I stopped doing JVs, and I thought, looking back on it, I think it was a mistake. I think, I don't think you can create enough killer supplements or offers to, I think your customers will buy more. Where I would disagree with myself on that is that if you are just not concerned about monetizing the day, and you have a brand and like, you and I were talking about On It a little bit. Those guys do a great job, and it really doesn't make sense for them to be promoting other people. I wouldn't suggest they do, because they've built the system properly where that's their business, is coming out with new high-quality nutritional supplements. I'll tell you what we're going to do, like I kind of shared with you off camera or off whatever we're on, is we're really focusing on creating extraordinarily high-quality content, targeting a different demographic, and I'm kind of taking the GoPro-style business lifestyle now. And you know what that means is these companies that go from 0 to like $1 billion, I'm making up $1 billion, but let's say it's hundreds of millions, that are just totally cool. They're always built because the owners create something killer for themselves, right? Like what you've done with ClickFunnels. Well, you use that product, right? And when you use a killer product, there's a million other people that would love to have that too. So right now I'm doing like a little bit more self-analysis of looking at my products of what I take and what I want to take as I age, and why I'm at the age of 40 in much better shape than I was when I was 30 and feeling better. And I want to design that dozen products or I only take about 8 of them, but that other awesome females and male athletes and entrepreneurs want to take, and just create kind of a little tribe around that. So that's more of where I'm going. But I will tell you, like, this business is more of a direct response, hardcore ad to video sales letter to send them more offers business right now.
Yeah, definitely different ways to different models and different ways to look at it. Well, I appreciate you sharing all this stuff, man. This is super cool, and I love the insights of all of the things you did and why you did it, and just the success from it is inspiring, man. So I really appreciate you opening up and letting us see behind the scenes of your funnel, man.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, thanks everybody.
Very cool. Thanks, man. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the interview with Ed. Like I said, he's someone I'm always been impressed with, and not just from a business standpoint, but from a personal standpoint. He's one of the few internet marketers who actually have more kids than I do. He also has got twins like I do, which is kind of fun. So just grateful to have him on the show and being so willing to share with you guys what he's doing, what the ultimate supplement funnel actually looks like. Now, a couple things before we end out this episode. The first one is if you don't have your Funnel Hacker TV shirt yet, go get your trial ClickFunnels account, go through the onboarding process. All you gotta do is watch a 12-minute video from me showing you how to use ClickFunnels. When you do that, I will ship you out one of these shirts for free. I'll even cover, I will eat the entire shipping cost just because I want you to be a funnel hacker just like me, just like Ed, just like everyone here in our community. Second off, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe on iTunes, subscribe through YouTube, subscribe from any way that I give you options on this page because I want to make sure you don't miss a single episode of funnelhacker.tv. And the last thing, if you want the ultimate supplement funnel added to your ClickFunnels account for free, we do have a program. It's called .com Secrets Labs Monthly. Each month I share my top split tests, our top sales scripts, and I also give every one of the funnels that we feature inside of Funnel Hacker TV for free to all of our members. So all the information will be down below. Click on that button that says you can get a free, how to get the ultimate supplement funnel for free. It'll walk you through exactly what the offer is, how to get started with .com Secrets Labs Monthly, which is our monthly continuity program. And when you do that, you will get this funnel for free inside of your ClickFunnels account. So that way you can start building out your supplement funnel today. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, subscribing, sharing this episode. I hope you got a ton of value from it, and stay tuned for the next episode coming up here really soon. Thanks, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.